Mock sports fans, it is crossover season. Woo! I am James Simpson. This is Jacob McDougall. We've got a lot on the Snakebite today. Let's get right into it.
Let's open things up with men's basketball. With 2 games this past week, we'll start with their closely contested road trip to Rollins, which saw 14 different lead changes. 𝙏𝙃𝙀 put up great numbers, scoring 20 points and 5 rebounds. Donovan Smith got in on the action, coming off the bench and putting up 3 three-pointers to help give the Mocs some momentum. However, the Tars would come back and tie this game up with less than 90 seconds to go. Erickson Vance put the Mocs up two with the layup with a minute to go, and a huge game-saving block by Luke Anderson secured the win as the Mocs escaped Winter Park with an 88-85 victory over the Tars. Our very own Emma Lauren Poole caught up with both Donovan Smith and 𝙏𝙃𝙀 postgame.
I'm here with Donovan Smith tonight after the 88-85 win for the Mocs against Rollins College. Donovan with 11 points and 2 rebounds tonight and a steal. What was it like kind of bringing that energy to the court?
That's just something I've been focusing on this whole season, just bringing energy whenever I get in the game, being that spark off the bench, and just creating a fun environment for the guys to play in and myself as well. But yeah, that's just something we've been focusing on practice too, as a team, as a collective, is coming out with energy. We got to find all types of ways to win on the road, and we got it done tonight.
One thing about you is your time in the game, you always make it count. What's kind of the mindset or the headspace that you use to make your time in the game count?
Like you said, just bringing energy, just playing my game, just being confident. Coach does a great job of giving me confidence. The whole coaching staff, the bench was great tonight. Just being myself, bringing energy, and just hitting shots.
Heading into a new part of the season, too, with the latter part of this season, what do you kind of anticipate the rest of the season looking like for yourself as far as some goals or the team as a whole?
For the team, we just want to win, man. We just want to win. We're getting to the second part of the season. This is what it's about. Last year we were in the same position. We were 13-5. We got it done tonight though. So what are we 14-6 now? 14-6. Yeah, we're doing better than last year. That's all that matters. For myself, just staying with it, being confident, keeping the energy up, and just being here for my guys.
All right. Well, congratulations again, and thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'm here with 𝙏𝙃𝙀, who was a massive part of the 88-85 victory for the Mocs tonight with 20 individual points. I just want to highlight that for a second. What does one do to prepare to have a performance like you did tonight?
You kind of just got to go out there and get a feel for the game. And, my main thing was I was going to go out there and just attack them. Coach stressed out that they didn't go to the offensive board and they weren't as physical. And so that was my trajectory coming into this bye week we had. Practice was really intense and competitive, and us guys getting after each other. I wanted to kind of make a statement and prove to us that we are the best team in this league. And so, and being one of the older guys and one of the more experienced guys and a leader, kind of just set that tone. In that first half. And so, and yeah, so it worked in our favor. So my favor. So.
I think that in the second half, you guys really found the momentum and began to read Rollins very, very well. And I know there was some preparation that went on beforehand in practice and maybe watching tape or anything, but what does that kind of look like for you guys to find the rhythm and kind of start to read a team as the game progresses?
Yeah, coming on the road is always tough, especially in this league. Everyone's going to give us our best in this league. And like Coach said, that they get up a lot of shots, a lot of threes, 24 attempts, and kind of we were prepared for that, but we're prepared for everyone's best every time we come out here, and that's the thing, we're there to get our best as well, and certain things, I have certain guys who step up on the other team that will hit big shots, and that's where we have to adjust, in the game. And so I thought we did a pretty good job on the second half, especially later on the defensive side, and I think the big man. Remember his number, but we did a better job on him in the second half, trying to front him and dig on him, just disrupt him, the whole entire time. And so,
As an integral part of the team, I'm sure that you're looking at the latter part of the season with some anticipations or maybe some goals. Can you share what some of those goals are for you, or maybe what you see the team doing to prepare for the last part of the season?
Yeah, I mean, we have 10 more games left in the season, and honestly, the goal for me is for the team to win this league. You know what I mean? And regular season champs and in tournament. You know what I mean? And so that I'm all about the team. This is my last year, and I just want to go out there and enjoy it. With these guys behind my back, and give us all a chance to compete every time we go on the floor. You know what I mean? And so that's pretty much my goals. You know what I mean? And just team goals. So yeah.
Well, thank you so much. Congratulations again on tonight.
Yeah.
And if you thought this game was close, they traveled to Palm Beach Atlantic on Saturday and played a marathon of a game.
That is right, Jacob. Saturday's game in Palm Beach was a thriller. It took not one, not two, not three, but four, yes, 4 overtime periods. But the Mocs grinded out a 117-110 victory over the Sailfish. The 4 OT game marked the longest game played in both programs' histories, and we couldn't have said it better than Coach Donnelly when he said, quote, "That was an unbelievable college basketball game," end quote. Luke Anderson, Ikola Rope, and Dominic Denny all earned career highs. You've got Anderson, who shot 50% from three-point land on his way to putting up 31 with 12 boards. He played an unprecedented 58 minutes. A Rope, 26 points, 14 boards as well, 55 minutes. And Denny, 30 points for the good guys in his 50 minutes played. Ikola Rope's fantastic performances this week earned him the SSC Men's Basketball Player of the Week award, the first of his career, shooting 71% from the field. The Mocs will return home Wednesday for the first time in what seems like forever to take on Eckerd College in their second meeting of the season. And when the Mocs do return home, they sit right with Nova Southeastern at the top of the conference. The Mocs and the Sharks both feature 9-2 in conference records. However, how we've stated before, nothing is a given in this conference. You have to win these key games down the stretch to ensure you get that playoff berth. Eckerd comes to town tonight, sitting 6th in the standings before tonight's action in George Jenkins Fieldhouse.
Transitioning over to women's basketball, who had 2 road games as well this week, things got off to a great start at Rollins. The Mocs put up 18 first-quarter points, including shooting 44% from 3 in that first quarter, and took a 7-point lead into halftime. They came out strong in the third quarter, and despite a pushback from Rollins in the fourth, the Mocs held the fort down to secure their 8th road win of the season to defeat the Tars 59-51. Marissa Jenneke put up her first career double-double, putting up 16 points and 10 rebounds, including going 4 from 11 from three-point range. And Ariel Debut put up 16 points as well. Our very own Emma Lauren Poole caught up with Marissa Jenneke after the game.
I'm here with Marissa Jenneke, who contributed 16 individual points to a 59-51 win against Rawlings College tonight. Marissa, first of all, congratulations on the double-double. How does it feel to have contributed this to your team this evening?
I mean, it feels great. I'm just glad that I could do anything to help our team win. I think we are kind of tired of the roller coaster, so I think that we've gone through this season. So I think tonight we just wanted it more than them, and we took it, and I'm glad we did.
And this is your 4th road win in a row. How does the team maintain that momentum as you're playing in unfamiliar places?
So our Thanksgiving tournament, we played at Rollins, so going in, we're like, we've had 2 shoot-arounds here, we've played twice here, got 2 wins here, so I think just kind of carrying that confidence in, and like I said, we just wanted it.
And as the momentum builds as you move into the latter part of the season, what's the team kind of doing to prepare for challenging opponents and just to keep that going?
I mean, honestly, just putting our head down and keep working. I mean, there's nothing new that we're implementing. We just got to keep grinding at practice, and it'll come, and I think we'll be successful.
Thank you so much. Congratulations again.
Jenneke and the rest of the Mocs traveled to West Palm Beach this past Saturday to take on a struggling Palm Beach Atlantic team. However, the Sailfish started off swimmingly, scoring 25 first-quarter points in great part due to PBA's Ayuso Cash, who had 4 points and assists in the quarter. In the first quarter, PBA shot 61% compared to the Mocs' 29.41% from the field, putting the Mocs down 10 going into the second in yet another game where they found themselves down early. In the second quarter, Florida Southern looked to bounce back, scoring 17 points on 43% shooting going into half, still down 6. Unfortunately, that offensive success couldn't be maintained, with the Mocs going 7 of 26 in the second half and scoring only 24 points, 1 less than PBA scored in the first quarter. The lack of offensive success, especially late in the game, led to the Mocs falling to the now 4-7 in-conference Sailfish, something they will look to bounce back from. In the defeat, 𝙏𝙃𝙀 𝙎𝙉𝘼𝙆𝙆 hit a milestone in her career, recording her 1,000th career point. Currently, they sit 7th in the SSC standings, but they still have time to make up some ground to try and improve their seeding, with 9 games remaining before the end of the regular season. A reminder, the top 8 teams make the SSC postseason bracket. The Mocs return home to take on Eckerd tonight at 5:30 p.m. in the George Jenkins Fieldhouse.
Now, the ice hockey team was back on the ice this past weekend with 2 games, a road game at Tampa and a home game versus Hofstra. Last week, Will Marshall noted that travel games are rare for them and that they need to push the pace as a team when they get on the ice. Unfortunately, that is kind of not how it went down. The Mocs and Spartans were scoreless after one period of very quiet play, but goals came on the board in the second. The Mocs found themselves down only 1 after 40 minutes of play, tied things up in the third before 2 late Tampa goals sealed the 4-6 win for the Spartans. The Mocs looked to turn it around the very next night, back on home ice against Hofstra. They started a tad slow in the first period. However, they found traction after that, with Paul Rigolini recording a second period hat trick as the Mocs won 8-5. With the win, the Mocs have clinched a spot in the College Hockey South playoffs, and those playoffs will be played in our house. That's right, the Lakeland Ice Arena on February 23rd, 24th, 25th. They are off this weekend and will be back in action here again at the Lakeland Ice Arena against the University of Georgia on Friday, February 9th.
The indoor track season has continued to live up to the hype, with records shattering left and right on both the men's and women's sides. We'll start with the women and their freshman phenom, Grace Reed, who keeps finding her way into the record books. This past weekend, we saw the freshman and overall 3K record fall for both indoors and outdoors, with Grace Reed's gutsy 10:14 in the indoor 3K. Reed wasn't the only competitor in the race, though, with fellow freshman Emma Pfeiffer also dipping under the previous indoor 3K record with a time of 10:35. Both will race the 5K this weekend, but will have to follow the record-breaking performance of Maya Stam, who set a new indoor 5K record running 18:12 and finishing first in the meet. And speaking of the 5K, Christian Giller, better known as Gilla the Killa, killed it in the 5K with a time of 14:37. With this time, he qualified for the biggest meet of the year outside of nationals in the Boston Invite, but more importantly, bested the previous facility record of 14:38 and ran a new program record. Behind him was Chris Colavita in 14:50 and Alex Guy in 14:53. Colavita will be joining Giller in Boston, and Guy will be racing this coming weekend in the distance medley relay and the 3K. To finish off the weekend for the Mocs, a pair raced in the 3K, including our very own James Simpson. In the first heat, freshman Will Canales ran a blistering time of 8:47, followed by a 15-second PR by my fellow anchor James Simpson in the second heat in his first collegiate heat win. Both men and women return this weekend to the Alachua County Sports Complex for the Celebration Point Classic.
And now it is time for some spring sports. The softball team opens their season this weekend right here at Chris Bellato Field with 3 different doubleheaders. They'll open up the season Friday evening with 2 games against the 12th-ranked University of Alabama, Huntsville, starting at 5 p.m. Saturday, they'll host Carson Newman with first pitch at 2, and on Sunday, 2 more games, this time against the University of Montevallo with first pitch at high noon. Games are right here on campus, so head out and give them some support. And if you can't make it, you can tune in live to watch the Mocs at fscmocs.com/live.
Like the softball team, the baseball team will start their season this weekend. They'll be on the road against the University of West Florida. The preseason SSC coaches poll has the Mocs picked to finish 3rd overall in the conference behind Tampa and Rollins. They'll return 20 players from last year's squad, including all-region players Bryce Safrowich and Rojan Riley. After this weekend's series opener at UWF, the Mocs will return home for their home opener, a midweek matchup against Colorado Mesa, a week from today, February 7th at 6 p.m.
It has been a bit quiet for men's and women's tennis as their season approaches. The men visited USF for an exhibition match. They dropped 6-1, and the women's exhibition was canceled due to inclement weather. The men will officially open their spring season at St. Leo a week from today, followed by the women's season opener also at St. Leo the next day. Those tennis teams have something to prove as they were selected to finish 6th and 7th in the conference, respectively. But in a historically competitive tennis conference like the SSC, anything can happen.
As our time of production, neither the men's or women's golf preseason rankings have been released, but that doesn't mean we're not excited for the great Florida Southern golf teams to open their seasons. The men will host the Matlock Classic at Lone Palm on the 5th and 6th, and the women will travel to the World Golf Invitational hosted by Flagler College.
And finally, last but not least, both lacrosse teams anxiously await the start of their 2024 campaigns. The men's team will open their season this Saturday by traveling to North Carolina to take on Wingate University. They were picked to finish third in the Sunshine State Conference behind really the only two conference teams they had trouble with last season, Rollins and Tampa. And now, the women's lacrosse team, Mocs fans, will unfortunately have to wait just a little longer before their season opener. They will take on the 11th ranked Flagler Lions in St. Augustine, Florida on Valentine's Day. They currently sit first in the SSC preseason poll and second in the preseason national rankings. We have a lot to be grateful for right now for Sunshine State Conference Athletics, Florida Southern Mocs Athletics, and if you want to tune in live, again, fscmocs.com/live. This has been the Snakebite. I'm James Simpson. This is Jacob McDougall in his first ever Snakebite. Give him some love in the comments section. Like and subscribe. Thank you so much.